All right, buenos días. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nora Vargas, Chair of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, and I'm joined today by Dr. Luke Bergman, the County Behavioral Health Services Director, Supervisor for Mental Health Unit, and Ms. Audrey Day, who is also with the Public Defenders, and Ms. Amber Irvine with the VHS CARE Act Program Coordinator. You know, over a year ago, we came together here to announce that San Diego County was going to be one of only 7 counties in California that was selected to launch the CARE Act program. Today, I am proud to report that our commitment to be supporting individuals facing significant behavioral health challenges has not only been realized, but has also exceeded expectations. We started the program with the courts, public defender, and other partners to provide assistance to people diagnosed with schizophrenia or other psychotic disorders. At the time, I clarified what the CARE Act was not. It wasn't an emergency court program, a homeless initiative, or a crisis service. Instead, it is a vital program designed specifically for adults 18 and older living with untreated schizophrenia or other psychotic disorders. And today, I am very proud to share with all of you that the County of San Diego's CARE program has been a major success. Talk about policy making a difference in people's quality of life. Since it started, the county has received more than 200 petitions from the courts. More than half of the petitions have been from family members who are trying to help their loved ones get connected to care. As a result, we have successfully coordinated treatment and care agreements for 71 individuals, 2 of whom have graduated from the program. While this is not a homeless initiative, approximately a third of the agreements about individuals who were unhoused when the agreements were filled. Today, more than 4 out of the 5 of those clients are now housed. That makes me very happy. I want to take a moment to applaud the incredible work of these participants and the care team that has done so much to support their well-being. Dr. Bergman, under your leadership, you are just fabulous. I want to thank you for everything that you've done, for making this a reality. I know that there was a lot of hesitation when the policy was created, and so implementation is the hardest part, right? And the San Diego County CARE Act program actually stands out as having the most care agreements in the state. In fact, we have nearly twice as many as all of other counties combined. Success usually has many partners, and that's very true. So I want to thank Governor Gavin Newsom for signing the first of its kind legislation and for delivering real results in our region. I want to thank Superior Court Judge Kimberly Legata, who started and kicked off this program, and her partner, Judge Paula Rosenstein, and the courts for steering this process so well and showing their true care about the privacy and dignity of participants and their family. As I mentioned, I want to thank the public defenders who are here with us today, and you're going to hear from them shortly, but I want to make sure that I thank you for not only doing this amazing work, but for representing and protecting the rights of the individuals in the program, giving them the confidence to proceed. And I want to again thank Dr. Bergman, who also will be speaking soon, and his team for their absolutely critical role in a situation where some at times predicted failure. And then again, I also want to thank the more than 60 people, their family and friends who willingly joined as partners of this journey to better mental health for participants. It's one of the first cohorts of counties to implement the CARE Act. The county has to work quickly to establish new pathways to connect people to voluntary treatment to a civil court process. Referrals to the CARE Act have been made by family members, clinicians, first responders, and others. Once a referral is submitted, a judge reviews the case to determine if the individual meets the eligibility criteria for the treatment, and then if eligible, our County Behavioral Health Care Services team collaborates with the individuals to create a care agreement. These agreements may include mental health or substance abuse treatment, medication, housing plan, and other support services at all at no cost to the participants. Participation in the program is 100% voluntary, with individuals typically remaining in the program for up to 12 months. Although this duration can be extended based on individual circumstances, progress is monitored in periodic hearings, and if individual is deemed eligible, they are connected to additional services necessary. Again, 1 year later, the County San Diego CARE Act program is making a major impact in the lives of so many of folks who needed the services and in our community, and I truly want to thank everyone who's made this possible. I'm going to share some talking points in Spanish, okay? Mi nombre es Nora Vargas, soy la presidenta de la Junta de Supervisores del Condado de San Diego y estoy aquí muy contenta para informarles a todos ustedes, y tengo aquí conmigo al doctor Luke Berkman, que es el director del programa de salud de aquí del Condado de San Diego Mental. Y también tenemos a los Public Defenders, a Desiree Sanders y Audrey Day, que están con los defensores públicos de la Unidad de Salud Mental, y a Amber Irvine, que es la que está coordinando el programa de CARE Act aquí en el Condado de San Diego. Hace más de un año nos reunimos aquí para anunciar que el Condado de San Diego era uno de los 7 condados de California seleccionado para realizar este piloto de CARE Act. Hoy me complace anunciar que nuestro compromiso de apoyar a las personas con desafíos significativos en salud conductual no solo se cumplió, sino que ha superado todas las expectativas. Hoy me siento muy orgullosa de compartir que el programa de Ley CARE del Condado de San Diego ha sido un gran éxito. Desde su inicio, el condado ha recibido más de 200 peticiones tribunales. Hemos coordinado con mucho éxito tratamientos y acuerdos de CARE para más de 71 individuos, 2 de ellos los cuales ya se han graduado del programa. El programa de la Ley CARE Act del Condado de San Diego se destaca por tener el mayor número de acuerdos de CARE en el estado, y de hecho tenemos casi el doble que todos los otros condados combinados. Un año después del programa de Ley CARE del Condado de San Diego ha tenido un impacto increíble, no solamente en las vidas de aquellos a quienes sirve en nuestra comunidad. Y realmente quiero agradecer no solamente a todos los que hicieron posible, al gobernador Newsom, al condado y a nuestros colaboradores, incluyendo los defensores públicos, porque sin ellos y su colaboración esto no sería el éxito que es ahora. Así que con eso, I'd like to introduce Dr. Luke Berkman, the Director of County Behavioral Health Services. His expertise and dedication have been key to the success of the CARE Act program. Thank you, Dr. Berkman.
Thank you so much, Chairwoman, for your leadership in making the program here in San Diego such a stunning success. Thank you for effusively and to too great an extent thanking me. Actually, it's the other people standing up here who hear them talk as well. I just want to note that when this program was first being described at the state level, and when we at the local level were first considering implementing it, I was actually quite skeptical. I worried that it would be potentially disempowering to involve courts in treatment. I worried that the CARE Act program would be procedurally too complex, with new paperwork and so many disparate parties involved. I worried that the program might be misused. Now, just over a year since its inauguration, there is no denying that the CARE Act program is working. And while it's a state initiative, it's working particularly well, as the chairwoman notes, in San Diego County. People with care agreements for at least 60 days have 2/3 less crisis system contacts than before their involvement in the CARE Act program. As the chairwoman noted, over half of the clients with care agreements at this point were unhoused when entering the program. Now 4 out of 5 of those clients are housed. The CARE Act program has reached people in need from every region of the county, reflecting virtually every demographic category: African American, Latino, Asian American, Pacific Islanders, Native American, and people from Middle Eastern communities, for example. It is a tool for the entire county. Most gratifying, though, is that the CARE Act program has done this in a way that is especially empowering to clients. In San Diego County, the CARE Act program is a singular collaboration that has created a new forum for the empowerment of people with serious mental illness who are disengaged from services. Finally, I want to highlight the context of Senate Bill 43, about which there has been a great deal of talk in the public sphere, which is bringing about a likely expanded net for involuntary detainment and care among those with behavioral health conditions. For us here in San Diego County, increasingly, the CARE Act program will be a mechanism to ensure that people who may be subject to a 5150 hold instead are offered a better avenue toward behavioral health care, one that emphasizes their rights and their agency. I'm thrilled for the continued growth and evolution of this program here. I want to conclude by noting that probably the key ingredient to our success has been the people in county government making this thing go. And I want to hand it now to one of those folks, who is the supervising attorney for the mental health unit within the Public Defender's Office, and that is Ms. Desiree Sanders. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you. As Luke indicated, as public defenders, we are tasked with certain rights. And one of those rights in our mission is to defend the rights, the liberties. So, of course, when we were talking about care, there was some fear as to what was going to happen and if it was going to, as Dr. Bergman pointed out, be used properly. A lot of calls that it would be an avenue to conservatorship. One of the stats that was not given to you is that that is not what we've seen here. We have not seen the number of conservatorships go up as a result of care. In fact, we've seen the number go down. We have, and I'm sure Ms. Irvine's going to get it to you, but we have at least 19 that have been step downs from LPS conservatorships, and only one that has gone the other way towards a conservatorship, but that was not due to her participation in care. And so we are very excited as an office for CARE Act and what it does for not only our clients, but what it has done for mental health. One of the things that CARE prides itself on is that E in the CARE. Empowerment of our clients, empowerment of the person. And that's what has been yielded out of this. The collaborative nature that our county has taken. We have behavioral health services, we have the public defender, county council, and most importantly, the bench. I think that has been the true success to why we are so successful, and our numbers are double that of all the other counties combined. Because of that collaborative nature, we are able to talk about the real issues, and what we try to do is not scare people more than they're already scared about coming to court, and make them think this is yet another court that's going to say, you need to do that, you need to do that. If you don't, we're going to place you in jail, we're going to place you in a closed locked facility. People were terrified and didn't want to participate. We all have been in agreement that this is to how CARE is working in San Diego County. And so given that it's a voluntary program, we put them at the head. They are the head of the program. That E in empowerment we take and we embrace it and let them let us know what services. And as Dr. Bergman said, the people are integral to why this county has been so successful. His office has done an amazing job with its implementation and working with our office to get it off the ground and running. We initially had 3 attorneys that would be assigned to the CARE program. Then based on some of the numbers and some of the office needs, it ended up with 1 lead attorney, Audrey Day, who is my lead attorney for CARE right now. We're back to 2 attorneys, but for the majority of that first year, with the exception of very few cases, Ms. Day our participants and helping to really make sure it got off the ground and running. BHS, I can't speak highly enough about how they have been able to find our clients, have a rapport built with those clients, and express the voluntariness, and then give us a warm handoff so that we can then have interactions with our client, be able to reach them, and we're able to talk, and all of us share the same message. This isn't a scary process. Take control of your mental health, to get services that may not have been available for you. It's about getting you what you need to make you live your best life. And then most importantly, our judges. Judge Rosenstein has taken the approach of letting us kind of lead in the courtroom situation for our clients. They are able to really come to court and say, thanks to my public defender, I wasn't scared to come here. Thanks to working with my case management and BHS, they said it was going to be better. I wasn't scared to come here. And now, Judge, it's been such a welcoming feeling that, yes, I want to come back in 60 days. And I think that has been just a blessing to see in our courtroom here in San Diego. It has taken the sting out of what was thought this was going to be, and really we've been able to show them the success that you can have in empowering some of these individuals to take control of their life. And I think we've shown that here with the number of care agreements we have, the fact that we don't use care plans and try to force it on them, but they're willing to enter into the care agreements, and the fact that not only are they willing to keep coming to court and communicate with us because they want to see us and tell us how they're doing. They want to see the judge and tell her how great it is. They want to talk about how they're feeling better and where their locations are better. But we've had 2 graduates, both who have moved on out of state, and they have still called Ms. Day to say, I'm doing so great. Thank you guys so much. I really enjoy it. I just wanted to update you guys with what's going on. And then Ms. Day is able to come back and let the team know, hey, I just talked to this participant. She is still doing great, despite the fact that she has now moved on from care. So I think this county has really figured out the building blocks that were needed, especially the collaborative piece. And we were fortunate to have Ms. Day, who came from a collaborative court, Judge Rosenstein, who came from a collaborative court. So we really embrace that spirit. And there are times that we have to disagree, and we'll fight about what needs to be fought and litigate those issues, but we don't do it in front of the client if possible. We don't want them to think this is like every other courtroom. We want them to feel the warmth that they feel in our courtroom here in San Diego, and we want them to feel the warmth of what the care program should be. And I think we've been very successful in doing that. And so now I believe I have the pleasure of turning it over to our Behavioral Health Services Manager, Amber Irvine.
Thank you so much, Desiree, and thank you, Chairwoman, for having me here today. I'm Amber Irvine. I'm the Behavioral Health Program Coordinator for the CARE program in San Diego County, and it has been an absolute honor to oversee this program for the past year. I have dedicated my career to serving the underserved population, and this is the population. This population is incredibly complex and difficult to serve. And the CARE program has really provided an avenue for us to be able to do that. And when you couple the complexity of the population itself with the complexities of the CARE legislative process, it really can result in a lot of confusion, misconceptions about what the program is and is not. But in San Diego, as Dr. Bergman and Desiree have both mentioned, we've really found that the core principles, the guiding principles that are making this successful are really actually quite simple. And they are compassion and collaboration. So when we receive petitions from the court, we begin engaging each individual from the foundation of dignity and respect that they deserve. And we spend every effort to try to meet them where they're at and build that rapport from an understanding perspective and just taking the time to build that human connection. That's really what is new about the CARE Act that we haven't had the resources to be able to do before, is to spend the time on that intensive outreach and engagement, because it is difficult to build trust with any individual, but to build trust with someone who is experiencing some of the most distressing mental health symptoms that cause them extreme difficulties in forming relationships with anyone, it takes extra effort, and that is really what we're putting in. I think one of the ways that we've been able to do this, which has been mentioned, is that we take accountability as behavioral health services. We take accountability for potential negative experiences that they've had in treatment before. We let them know that the court is there to hold BHS accountable for providing them what they need to be safe and stable in the community. And we do whatever it takes to meet them where they're at and provide those services that they need. The other piece, as I mentioned, is collaboration. The CARE Act has really required us and allowed us to come together from various disciplines and parts of government to truly work from a person-centered collaborative approach with mutual respect for each party's role in the process and the understanding that, yes, we are not always going to agree, but we will always have the individual's best interests at heart. And the other piece of that is letting them know, as Desiree was speaking to, that in that courtroom, they are in charge. They are at the head of the table. The judge is there, their public defender is there, BHS is there, all to empower them to take charge over their recovery and support them in their growth. So lastly, I just want to emphasize that while for some people, 71 might seem like a low number, the amount of energy, time and persistent effort it takes to engage each individual in this program is huge, and it is absolutely worth it. So thank you so much for having me here today. And I will hand it over to, are you speaking? Back to the chairwoman. Thank you.
I got you. All right, well, thank you, everyone, Amber, Desiree, Luke, and Ms. Day. I want to thank all of you for all of the work that you've done. And again, I'm very thrilled to be able to share with all of you that the CARE Act program, the care program has been a success here in San Diego County. And as you heard, it is because of the compassion, the commitment, and the collaboration that is taking place in our county. Everyone here is available for individual interviews. And again, thank you for coming this morning. Thank you. Thank you. You did a great job.